Alright, my people, now welcome to this channel where we dey give now ogbonge updates on wetin dey happen for Biafran territory as the zoo government they send their men come Biafrland. They go back in body bags. Now why another update just show right now we show say over 160 zoo soldiers don't resign because the way BLA they buy them, they talk say it too much. I'll make now hear waiting Prime Minister talk. We'll come back and give him now more update.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, the members of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the Biafra de facto government in Homeland. Good evening, press people, ladies and gentlemen of the press that are seated here also to listen to me this evening on emergency space tonight. I want to thank the entire Biafrans for their cooperation, their resilience, and of course, the compliance in what we are doing, especially in the delegitimization of the Nigeria in Biafrland. I want everyone to understand as I will go closer to December 2024 convention in Finland, the enemies are panicking and are quaking. I want you also to understand that when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. I want every one of you Biafran people to understand that our freedom is indivisible. The chain on any Biafra person today is a chain on all of us. The chain on my people of Biafra is a chain on me. And that's why, for those who are wondering, why do we have all this good life in where we reside on, residing in a different part of the world, and we decide and choose to fight for our people who are back home? Is because the chain on them is also a chain in all of us that are fighting from exile. My fellow Biafrans, today marks the 9th day of the 30-day lockdown of the Nigeria institution within Biafrland. And I want you to understand that we have recorded success in this phase of the delegitimization that is being enforced by Biafra government. I want everyone to understand that as we approach this December, when they were thinking that what we are doing is joke, and all of a sudden they have come to realize that is no longer a joke. A lot of propaganda will be flying out there. You may see uprise and upsurge of other many spokespersons coming, springing up from all over Nigeria, from Arewa to the Afonjas. All of them are coming on social media today to tell you who is working for Nigeria government and who is not working for Nigeria government. We've actually passed that particular stage. I am not here to debunk their nonsense propaganda. I'm just here to tell you, Biafrans, that you must stand very strong. As more propagandas will be coming, you must stand very strong. We have been able to nurture you for a day like this. And that is the reason we must all be very tough in our standing firmly for the Biafra freedom. There is no other reason we are doing what we are doing today other than to be free from the Nigeria and the British enslavement. I want every one of you to understand that when the water starts boiling, it becomes very foolish to turn off the heat. The water is boiling, the Nigeria is boiling, and it will be very foolish of you and I at this point that the water is boiling and Nigeria is boiling to quench the light. It's very foolish. We will never quench this light. We will never turn off this light and the heat that is making this water to boil, because our main target and main reason why we put the heat on in the first place is to make the water to boil. Our water is boiling today. We will not off the heat until we are done with why and the reason we put the water to that temperature. My brothers and sisters, my fellow citizens of Biafra, I want you to understand that in the coming days and weeks, a lot will be happening in Biafrland. The legitimization of Nigeria will come with a lot of resistance. We are going to stand very firm to defeat this giant Goliath, which is known as Nigeria. We, as small as we are, in David form, will show the mighty power of God that we worship in the coming weeks. I want you to understand that our aim and objective is to make sure that Nigeria never breathes till December. I told you people a few weeks ago that this particular phase we're entering is a phase where we will never allow Nigeria to breathe till December declaration. My fellow citizens of Biafra, I want you to understand that those that are falling victims of Nigeria state terrorism, I want you to understand that every death will be revenged. Every death will be avenged by the Biafra government and Biafra forces. Nobody will kill Biafra under this my watch as a Prime Minister of Biafra government, both in the homeland and in exile, and they will live to tell the story. Those who committed these atrocities against Biafra in Ogbaro will be hunted down. The promise I have come to give you today is that those who perpetrated these heinous crimes, the terrorism against our people in Ogbaro, will be hunted down. I want you to go and mark this particular word I'm telling you today. All of them who came to Ogbaro to kill our people in the name of terrorism will be hunted down by the Biafra forces. It's not going to take time. And hopefully, we are going to post them on social media, how we have been able to decimate them in a few days to come. My fellow Biafrans, I have come to tell you this evening that in 21 days that is still remaining, you remember to stay out and stay away from Nigeria facilities. Very, very important. Stay away from any Nigeria facility. Stay away from Secretariat. Stay away from police. Stay away from the terrorist army. Stay away from their checkpoint. This is something that is going to take a lot of time for the delegitimization to completely take effect. It is going to take a lot of time. So if nothing is happening in your area, do not think that we have forgotten your area. The entire Biafra land is sealed as I'm talking to you today. The entire Biafra territory is sealed. And simultaneously, the delegitimization of Nigeria will continue to take place. We will continue to defend our land against Nigeria terrorism. We will continue to defend our women and children against the onslaught and barbarism of the Nigeria state. We will continue to make sure that our women and children will no longer fall a victim of Nigeria terrorism. So I thank you this evening for joining to this particular emergency space briefing, where we have come to update you on what is to come and what is happening. My fellow citizens of Biafra, I say again, when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. The Nigeria state will be met with the exact and equal measure of force that have come to our land to kill our people. You saw what happened yesterday in Ogbaro. They killed our innocent people. Even when they were lying lifelessly on the floor, they had to pour a gasoline and set them ablaze. It is only terrorists that can do that. No trained military, no trained army officer will kill innocent people without gun and set them ablaze. It is the art of terrorism in the highest order. And my fellow Biafrans, I can never sleep until Biafra revenge what happened in Ogbaro yesterday. I swear to God, as a Prime Minister of Biafra, I will never go to sleep until we revenge the killings of the Biafrans in Ogbaro. And of course, as that is happening, we will be telling them how prepared we are to defend our land. I want you to understand that the kind of guerrilla warfare that we are fighting today is the type that nobody have ever seen. And we are going to escalate it until we get to the maximum level that we are looking up to. The declaration of the Biafra restoration of independence that is going to happen this December 2nd is sacrosanct. We are not moving, we are not quaking, we are not stepping back our feet an inch. We will continue to maintain this particular date, and every work we are doing as a government will be channeled to make sure that this date remain and there will be no change, there will be no postponement. The 2nd of December is sacrosanct. And those of you who have the opportunity to be in Finland, you are still having the opportunity to go and register for the convention to be part of this historic day and historic event. My fellow Biafrans, we are making waves all over the world. The Biafra national team of football will be playing the first ever international tournament somewhere in the world. And that place, I will not mention it at this point until the time is right. But just to inform you that the Biafra government has now a national team that comprises of professional football players of Biafra origin, and they will be representing Biafra for the very first time. Biafra will participate in international football tournament. Biafra national team will be unveiled on the first day of this tournament. My fellow Biafrans, those of you that still doubting what we are doing and the resolve to restore the independence of Biafra, we will shock you. I want you to understand that the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters and Biafra Navy and all forces of Biafra are standing very firmly, and they are gallantly defending our land, neutralizing these terrorists that come in the name of Nigeria forces in their different uniforms and categories in our land to kill and maim. Biafra resistance fighters will continue to defend our land against these terrorists. And so, whenever you see the activities of these Biafra defense forces going on, do not panic. They are not there for you. They are there for the enemies that carries gun to kill our people. I will be taking questions. This particular space shouldn't last more than 45 minutes. I will be taking questions, at least opportunity to give you to ask questions that you know that bothers you, especially those who have not believed in the Biafra cause. I will welcome your question this evening. This is an emergency to call your attention and your subconsciousness on the propaganda that Nigeria will be pushing out to the media in the coming weeks. Thank you very much. And the media team, over to you.
Thank you, PM, for the update. And without wasting time, the mic is open to the media that wants to throw their questions at the Prime Minister. Minister Van, welcome on stage, and let's make it snappy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, my minister. Greetings to my able and formidable Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. My Prime Minister, I greet you, sir. You're welcome. So, fellow Biafrans, as we're here, like you just said, the Prime Minister said, without further ado, I want you to raise up your hands and come up with questions, especially those engaging questions. And please, not time for accolades. We are here for serious business. Come here and ask questions. I know you appreciate what the PM is doing, but right now PM wants to engage you. Let's come and let the world know what we're doing, and let them know that we are not going to relent until we get to El Dorado. Please, I'm going to take the very first hand up here. Rage and Fury, please come up with your question. Very quick, 60 seconds. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, my dear brother. My name is Rage and Fury, and special greetings to my Prime Minister, His Excellency, Prime Minister Søldier.
Your mic is so noisy. I don't know where
okay,
you are.
can I be heard?
Avoid the noise. Your mic is very noisy. We're not getting you.
Coming out all right now?
All right, better, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So my special greetings to the Prime Minister, the Biafra Prime Minister, the man I call the Ebrara. My question is a very short one, sir. I think 2 days ago, or a day ago, you posted a video on your X page where a son went. The father was so angry with him about joining the military because the military killed his wife, the mother of the child, and the father went further to disown that child. So my question is, sir, is there any consideration about the security of that man? Because we know how these people operate. Because the man went further to say that if the boy wanted this boy now, he can go and collaborate with his colleagues, you understand, and come and kill that father. So I don't know if there's any consideration concerning the security of that Biafran father, sir. That is my question. Thank you very much.
Every Biafran is secured in Biafrland, and as a government in exile, and both proxy government or de facto government in the homeland, we make sure that every Biafran is secured to the best of our ability. So everyone is secured. It is not just about him. You think that 50 million Biafrans who voted are not in the same shoe with the man? What is the difference between 50 million people who have voted for the Biafra self-referendum and the man who spoke about his son joining the Biafra army? There is no difference. Everybody in Biafra land remain very, very, under threat by Nigeria state. So it is not just about him or any other person that I have shown on the video. And that is the reason why you see the people that were killed in Obaro yesterday, you think they have committed any crime differently? No. The only reason they killed them is because they came there and they saw them and they know that these are Biafra and they killed them. And they are not different from other people who have done in the past. So we are not just singling out the man because he said so. Everyone who is a Biafran is a target and a threat and the target of attack by the Nigeria state. So we provide security for everybody. And of course, sometimes they succeed, sometimes they will not succeed. But just like our leader said, they will kill us, we will kill them. At the end, Biafra will come. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, our PM, sir. Those of you that enter the room and you didn't raise your hands, somebody will enter after you and then raise hands and will be called. So raise your hands if you want to be called. Escoban, please, your hand is up. Bring your question very quickly, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, Prime Minister. Please, Prime Minister, I wanted to ask a question. You know, as the Biafra Liberation Army and the resistance fighters are engaging the Nigeria terrorist bases, please, I want you to consider the fact that a lot of us Biafrans have our vehicles in those places, our, important documents in those places that these people have seized. So, when the resistance fighters engage them, if it would be possible for them to just burn their, the Nigeria forces gadgets and leave the private, vehicles and all that, because these people are seizing a lot of vehicles these days. So that's what I wanted to bring to your concern. Thank you.
You want to be like the man that during the war they interviewed him. What is the name again? Somebody should remind me the name. They interviewed him in Lagos, and he was concerned about his car. What is that car again? There's one sports car like that. One of these is Ben M1 or something. It was, it was. Is that Raphael? Is that Ben M1?
I can't remember, sir.
Okay, but you know the man I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
he
sir.
was busy talking about the car he bought. That's exactly what you are talking. So what are you going to do with the Nigeria document at the end of the day, Biafra come? Where Biafra come? What are you going to do with the Nigeria document?
No, I'm not talking about the documents, like the vehicles, like most of them are people's livelihood, all those kind of
and
things.
And you think that in Biafra you are going to use those vehicles, adulterated vehicle that will cause accident? We have what we called MOT that is going to meet international standard. Many vehicles will be burned and destroyed. We don't allow all those nonsense vehicles you are riding in Nigeria that is causing the death of our people. In Europe here we have a standard that once your vehicle cannot pass the MOT, you can't drive it on the road. We're going to have the exact thing. So the vehicle you will be driving in Biafra will be the vehicle that has met the standard and passed a very good test of MOT. So those vehicles you see in Nigeria police, this Nigeria police terrorist bases are not even, are not even the kind of vehicle that is going to pass the test, MOT test in Biafra land. And so the vehicle is the most important thing. Why is it parking there? Do you think you are going to get it back ever?
Well, you are the Prime Minister. You know the best, sir.
I'm telling you, if they have impounded your vehicle, you leave it, forget about it, because many people have impounded their businesses and their vehicles, and they never get it back until they die. So the best thing is for you to pray for Biafra to come and forget. You're not going to need those vehicles at all.